thing. I got my thing out. It doesn't matter. It's all good. I have mine out in every video. So we're here today at Dinosaur Coffee. Yours has the logo, mine doesn't.
I chugged mine. I drank mine so fast.
Hey, it's the creative juice. Yeah. I don't know why yours has the logo and mine doesn't. I think that's a little weird.
And yours also took forever for them to make.
Took forever.
Like 5-6 minutes.
It's great.
Cold brew is really easy though. You just do cold brew, toss a little oat milk in there.
Yeah. Which I used to never add like anything. I just throw my stuff black.
But then I just really got into oat milk.
Why not?
Yeah.
Apparently oats are very high in something called uric acid.
Fuck off. Is this a bad thing? Is this something that's bad for you? Only the acid, it can't be good for you.
There's all kinds of good acids. Is there? There's tons of great acids.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. So the acid world, the good old Matt McConaughey. All right.
Wait. What is this?
Uric acid?
Yeah.
So uric acid, like most people can break down uric acid in their bodies pretty easily because oats is in everything. Oats is in milk now. Oats is in beer.
Yeah.
So like, oats is in bread.
Yeah.
It's literally in everything.
Like, can you say milk again though?
No, that's so funny. My friend says it like that too with an E, milk. You can say milk. Say silk, silk. Milk. If you're like milk.
So, what about when you're laying in bed, what do you rest your head on?
Pillow.
Okay, you pillow, right?
Hello? Peloton?
Pillow. Say pillow.
Okay, there. That's fun. I've never heard that one before. Like, I know people say milk differently. Like, one of my favorite, like, YouTube videos is, like, the first, like, viral, like, YouTube video was people pronouncing milk differently.
Wait. Was it a sketch?
It was a sketch.
Yeah, they got really dramatic, and the guy said, "Why are you calling it milk?" And then they eventually like call it milk, mole, and then there's something about like an oven. They have like a baby in the oven.
Something weird like it.
Yeah, I remember this sketch. Milk,
But yeah,
milk. Now you're not even trying to say it right.
milk. Now you're doing it on purpose. Yeah. But that's the only time I've heard someone actually, like, point it out.
That's so
Fair enough. But back to the uric acid thing.
Yeah.
So, have you heard of gout?
Yeah.
So, people with gout, their bodies can't break down uric acid naturally. So, they're fucked. And you can take the medications. Like, I have gout, and I'm on, like, a medication that I take every day.
Do you have to avoid like tuna or like red meats?
It's shellfish. Like, it's different for everybody.
Okay.
But usually, like, shellfish is up there, and, like, lots of red meat, and, like, beer, alcohol, in general.
Yeah.
So for, like, a long time, like...
Just all the delicious.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah. But, yeah, that's the whole why I know so much about uric acid.
Okay.
But anyways, here with Dylan Stretchberry. Is that right?
That's right.
Got it. Nailed it.
Such a weird last name, Stretchberry.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Here's what's most insane about it is it's spelled Stretchberry, STRETCH. Then it's BERY. There's not two R's at the end.
Yeah, and it's not Burry.
Yeah, or bird. Like, I imagine, I used to play cricket back in high school.
Oh, okay.
I had this English coach.
Interesting.
And I loved whenever he'd say my name. And, he'd say, Mr. Stretchberry, you take the third wicket. Stretchberry. I say, stop it right now. It's Stretchberry.
Well, yeah, that's how I wanted to say it. I was like, Stretchberry.
Yeah, it's like...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on that note, like, take me a little back. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, like, where you come from. Like,
yeah. So I am, I've been in Los Angeles for about 11 and a half years now, by way of Ohio.
Right on.
So I grew up in Ohio.
Go Buckeyes? Is that?
Yeah, the Buckeye family won the national championship this year.
Rose Bowl.
I went to the Rose Bowl.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, one of my good friends, it was like my birthday a week later, and he surprised me and got us tickets.
That's incredible.
It was a blast.
What a good friend.
Yeah, no, he's really good. He's super nice, super cool dude. Yeah, we went to the game. I hadn't been to an Ohio State game in a long time, and let alone like any sort of sport event with actual stakes to it. So
Yeah.
that was really fun.
That's great.
But yeah, moved out here, pursuing acting. Since then, you know, I've done like the improv scene. I'm currently in a groundlings class right now, and have an improv team. And actually kind of had a fun little like pre-Super Bowl. I made it into like a little Super Bowl ad this year. Really, really quick. I was bracing myself that my scene was actually going to get like cut, but it was like right before the national anthem. It was like narrated by Brad Pitt, and it was just a quick like pan shot of me going around. And
I'm gonna try to find a clip of that.
yeah, it's
Sprinkle it in there.
it's so funny. Like, well, it's on my Instagram. I think I did like a little highlight of just our scene, but it was a whole like vignette thing of just what makes America.
Okay.
And yeah, Brad Pitt narrated it, and it's so funny, you know. I've been in here for 11 and a half years, but even like just like a quick shot of you on TV for even like a second, I try to remind myself to like, you know, be proud of it and everything. But it's so funny because it's just like so quick.
Yeah.
Then you've got like friends and relatives texting and being like, "I saw you," and, you know, it's just so funny. It's wild.
That's awesome. No, it's like the whole like, oh, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think like last year was a really good year for me, like audition wise. Just getting like meteor auditions, more guest stars, and yeah, I think the reason that I wanted to take this groundlings class was to just kind of like extend my my reach and energy for like auditions and everything. So I'm trying to view it as like just an addition to like my toolbox, I guess I would say. Yeah.
well, like it's practice.
Yeah. And I feel like I've been able to like just kind of fully invest more into character work and emotion, and like with improv you really can go there.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing like film or something, it's probably a little bit more toned down, more realistic. Yeah. I think for me, I needed that kind of like push to just go a little bit extra.
Right on. Yeah. Well, yeah. So basically, what I've learned, you're originally from Ohio. You've been in Los Angeles for 11 years?
Yeah, 11 and a half.
11 and a half years. Last year was a really good year for you.
Yeah.
Like, and now, like, you're just, like, kind of getting more into your stride of, like, not perfecting, but, like, tailing your craft, basically.
Yeah. I think that I've always been in classes and, you know, just to keep things sharp, but I haven't taken an improv class. So I did UCB improv for a while. I think my last class that I took there was in like 2018.
Okay.
So, you know, it's funny, like to be in this improv class, I definitely feel like the old guy now. Whereas before, like, I'd go in and, you know, coming out here, I think a lot of people that come out here in the beginning do take an improv class because I think it's good for life and it's good for career and good to see on the resume.
Yeah.
And now, I look around and like these kids in this class can still talk about their college days and not have it be sad.
No, I get that. Yeah. I work a 9 to 5 and like my whole team is like younger than me. I'm the old man.
Oh man.
And like, you know, they're not like fresh out of college. We're like still like, you know, like mid early 20s.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Babies.
yeah, children. And they're like still figuring it out. So I took out a couple of them last night just because like I've like have like one-on-one with them times. And I was like, yeah, let's like go out. Let's like get a drink after work.
Yeah.
Like it'll be fun. And I'm like, holy fuck, I am old, bro. Like, cause no matter what I do, I'm talking from a point of like reflection. I'm talking from a point of like life experience, and like, because like one of them's in a relationship, and so the other one's kind of like just a free bird, hanging out, not really too interested in like relationships. And I was like, you know what, like blah blah, like I'm getting married, like this that kind of thing. Is like I can't help myself and like just be old. No, I'm like, how old are you? 34. Okay, so I just turned 35, and I don't know about you, but I had my like, oh my god, I'm turning 30 moment when I was 28. For some reason, 28. 29 was fun. And turning 30 was fine. Yeah, but I remember 28 was a really hard year for me because I was just like, oh my god, like everything's going to change. Yeah, it has to. I can't. Yeah. Or I mean, like decline. Yeah. And I remember my roommate at the time was, I was laying in bed. She was in the living room watching Boyhood. And I just like, kept hearing the soundtrack, Coldplay's Yellow, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, is my innocence depleting? And I'm in my mid-30s now, and I felt like my 30s have been way better. I'm like way more calm. I used to be like just really anxious, really heady about things, and so I definitely feel more grounded. I do wish that things, would slow down a little bit more, in career cases. Yeah, I have a similar feeling on it, that like kind of like a reluctant to like feel that way because of like that it means like I growing up or whatever, and like that's a good thing, and like, but there's just like a grieving for my youth. Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, like this protecting your innocence. And I think that we all still have innocence within us, or like a child, like to me, like a youthfulness within ourselves. And I think that like for a couple things, like, as an actor, I remember in an acting class, our teacher said, just see how kids are and how they act. Like if they are playing a superhero, they like fully believe they're that superhero. They're fully invested in it. And I think for me, going back to these improv classes and doing these games or warm-ups, that I'm just like, this is so silly. Yeah. I just had to get rid of that. Yeah. Jump all in and believe it and do it. And it feels like therapeutic, and it feels really good. And I think that as long as we could keep like a playfulness within us, that's how you kind of keep that youthfulness, that curiosity and joy, and a non-judgment of yourself. Well, yeah, I think like when we grow up, especially I think in the United States, it's like ego is like so important, so huge, such like sense of self. Like when you like kind of like go against that like mentality, it's like, first it's hard, but I can imagine it being even harder like going into acting, because like I have to shed my ego and like be this character. Yeah. And I said earlier that I used to be like pretty anxious. I was taking like Lexapro, which is anti-anxiety, and I noticed that like, you in life you have like a good balance, like high highs and then low lows. And I think with the Lexapro, I was just kind of like in the middle. Yeah. And I don't want to say that I felt numb, because I definitely didn't feel numb, but I just think that things were a little bit more in check. And I got off of, I weaned off it after talking to my doctor. Again, Dr. Suckles. And I realized one day, I was like, oh, I'm fantasizing more. I'm like fantasizing, daydreaming again about things. Things that, even now I'm like talking down, saying like, oh, that's out of reach, like winning an Oscar or something. And, we talk ourselves out of these fantasies, these daydreams. And I think with acting, one thing, at least with one of the techniques that I was learning in classes, is that your daydreamers, you just got to let yourself like zone out. And how does it make you feel? And
and remembering those fantasies, so that maybe if you're doing a scene later that you need to be particularly joyous or devastated or whatnot, like you can return back to those, that fantasy work that you did. Yeah,
that's super interesting. Like, because I've been doing a lot of self work this past year, and the whole like aspect of connecting with yourself, like on a level that is like real. Like, there's obviously those feelings, those things that happen in your life that like make you feel a certain way, and like being able to recognize them and like jump into them is like what keeps us human, I think, at a certain level. And like being able to do that as an actor, I feel is like very important.
Yeah, and it's art. Whenever something happens to us, whether somebody tells us something or we see something happening, we've got our gut and our brain like to process something, and it's like your gut always is going to process something even just half a second before your brain does. So they say trust your gut.
Yeah.
And I think with acting, you kind of tap into that, and also you just put all of your energy into your scene partner and what they're giving you. Like, without even talking, you can gain so much from your scene partner, or just even take acting out of it, from whoever you're with in life, based on like body language, how what their mannerisms are in that particular moment, especially as you continue to get to know someone, and you see like something's off a little bit, just like little mannerisms, picking up on them, and really just serving your partner and having them serve you, and just being in the moment, I suppose.
I like it. That kind of brings me to my next point that I like love to talk about with people, is just like this whole aspect of like you can't do it alone. Because like I told you this earlier, like you can't give your 100% of the time. Like that's what community is for, and like it's important to like have a like strong community or like foundation that like you can rely on when like you aren't at your 100%. Because like what you can't give, someone else can't.
Yeah. Yes. I think one of the things that I'm like most thankful for is a very supportive family. They're all, back in the Midwest. So they're not here in my vicinity, but also like really good friends that I feel like I can rely on. Hopefully they can rely on me, and very thankful. And I think that what you were talking about with being 100% of the time, I don't know if you struggle with this, but we live in LA, and it's a creative industry, so people are always, making moves because there's not exactly a ladder. Like you look a role, it doesn't mean you moved up to the next ring. Maybe it opens a door, but that door can close at any time. So there is this like hustle attitude that I think America has in general, or the world, I guess, has in general now. And I don't want to do that. I do want to enjoy life, and even just of its most, simplest form of relaxing, not having to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been out here for a good amount of time, and I think that burnout is a very real thing. Oh yeah, a lot of time. And you got to have other things that you can find joy in. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy the pursuit, and you might not even enjoy the place you live.
Absolutely. That is super important. Like, you need to have hobbies besides like your passion.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're the lucky few that like have passions that we've been able to monetize.
Yeah.
But again, like, it's not really about the money. It's like about like the expression aspects. It's like, this is how I get like fulfilled. And like to throw money into the equation, like, kind of dirties the waters a little bit.
Yeah. I would like to say that I'm not like a very like funny driven person. I mean, to be quite honest, like so many of us, I live month to month, and
Absolutely.
it's hard to, put to kind of get ahead certain degrees. So, I think for me, and also just knowing how the industry is now that like work can be so sporadic. You could have a really like 2 years ago, I had a really good like social media year.
Yeah.
And like made a decent amount of money. And last year, it was just totally opposite. It was just really slow. And maybe that was my posting habits had gone down a little bit. That could have an effect on it.
Yes.
But yeah, when the work isn't exactly reliable or you don't know where it's going to come from, I think that can be a big factor for a lot of people's stress and what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
And all of that.
Definitely. And like, I think that thing that helps center you is like having multiple avenues of like what you do.
Yeah.
Because like, to bring us back around, it was like, yeah, we do this passion work for a living, and also like, but like money is a big driving factor. So it's like kind of seeking fulfillment, like through activity, through like acting, through like filmmaking, through,
Picking a fucking pottery class, like whatever it is. And you have to find like happiness within yourself. And like, I think that I got this advice from my parents, like when I was pretty young, and it was about relationships, but I think it's the same with whatever career or whatever we're doing. Like, it was like, you can't rely on your partner to make you happy. You have to be happy within yourself first. And then, because that's a lot of pressure to put on your partner. So, if I were like, oh, my only way to be happy is if I have this accolade or this job, this acting role, I would be not in a good place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. I don't know if you listen to Simon Sinek. So Simon Sinek, he's like a big podcast guy, like a couple million on YouTube or whatever. And he's been having like these conversations with Trevor Noah that I've been like talking or like listening to. And like they talk about a lot of these like these relationships. Like to bring it back to what you said, like not only is it like your parents' advice about like relationships, people like accepting or like expecting like everything to come from one place. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect your work to like fill like every aspect of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't like expect that from like a partner, and you can't expect that from a friend. Yeah, like it has to be diversified. And I think that's also like to tie this all together, it's like what we do, who we're around, like what we do for our passion or our job. So like it comes from like so many places, and I feel like a lot of people get lost in the aspect of like my job is my entire life.
When I like what you said earlier about, you can't do it alone. And I think that before I moved out to LA, I had never been here before. And I definitely had like an image painted in my mind that everywhere was Beverly Hills. And I was so quickly, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And it's so very wrong. We definitely live in like a blue collar city. And yes, there is Beverly Hills. We have a whole range of people. But what I've seen the most is how many people are wanting to work together, bring their creativity together, help each other out. And I find that a lot of people, whether it's another actor or anyone in the industry, is like so supportive and wants to hear your wins, because it's not you guys pitted against each other.
Oh.
And I think that's been like really cool. And I've just seen how many wonderful people that are here. Obviously, we've just dealt with those horrible fires, and seeing how many people, donated, whether it was money, goods, or their time. Like people showed up, and I think that like I love it here. Like I really do. I don't know where else would you want to go. And the weather's great too. I used to get that seasonal affect disorder shit like when I lived back in Ohio.
Yeah.
Every winter was really rough. I mean, I went back for Thanksgiving this year, and I was home for a week. And I think like day 5 of just all clouds, I was so bummed.
You're like, no, this is why I don't live here. This is 100% why I don't live here anymore. It has nothing to do with wanting to be an actor. The weather.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
All right, let me ask you my questions. I told you I kind of prepped you a little bit.
Yeah.
If you know the saying, to die on a hill.
Yeah.
So if there was one thing that, if you were to die on that hill, it would be a thing. What would that thing be?
Yeah. I would say that whenever somebody is merging onto the highway, we all should be honoring the zipper method.
Zipper. Okay.
Yeah, so, the highway merges like that. So you should have a car here, a car gets to merge, then this car goes, and then the other car merges, and it's a zipper method. And it's all of us working together. We're all going to move a little bit more quickly. But I hate the people that are in this lane, and you're trying to get on, and then speed up to, tail this one to not let you in.
That's the worst.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I've been trying, as I have gotten older, I've been trying to be better about not being as much of a pushover.
Yeah.
And just looking at someone. Like, if they don't let me, just
look directly in the camera, stern face.
So, what are you doing? Yeah, I think if we all did that, it just shows, damn it, we give a shit about each other, even just a little bit, to let somebody merge in.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's a car-related one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine was free parking.
Well, yours inspired me. And I'm in my car a lot. I do deliveries. I work for a cannabis company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, God, what was I about to say? I was going to say something, but... Yeah, here it is. So, when people move to LA, for some reason, there's some people that, never, ever get a car.
Yeah. And that's a red flag.
Super red flag, right?
Yeah.
Get a car.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
This isn't New York.
You don't need a car in New York. You could get away with not having a car in Chicago.
Yeah, definitely.
You need a car in LA.
Yeah.
Because here's what's going to happen. Even if you're super... What's going to happen? You either have to have a lot of money to be taking Ubers or Lyfts all the time.
Yeah.
Or you're asking favors. And no one wants to go out of their way to pick someone up all the time.
All the time now. Sometimes... Every once in a while, yeah, sure. Your car's in the shop.
But if I'm seeing somebody and they don't have a car, already I'm gonna be feeling bad about where the spots I'm suggesting that we maybe meet up at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be factoring that in. Am I an asshole if this person lives in Koreatown and I'm, recommending someplace in Highland Park?
No. I don't think so. I think that...
that would be, probably both ways. I would guess, what, $60, $70? If prices are just,
yeah,
pretty outrageous.
I have a friend that does have a car and takes the Uber all the time.
Yeah.
I'm I know that can't be cheap. No. But somehow they're actually it's not that bad. It's it's 10 miles or whatever. It's $20.
Well, I remember when Uber came out. When I first moved here, I think it was probably only for the first 2 months that I was here that I was taking taxis. And that was still the thing. And then Uber started. It's right when I moved to LA is when Uber started. And they used to be really cheap. And then if you used it frequently, you got a lot of perks.
Yeah. Discounts and stuff.
And I wish you didn't need a car out here. Honestly, if I knew someone that didn't have a car and they were the king or queen of public transit, that would be incredible. But they just, the subway doesn't go to a lot of spots. And then obviously how the streets are set up and were built in LA is not public transportation friendly.
Not at all.
It's very, we were a city that was planned based on cars of the automotive industry, too, sure.
Yeah.
And, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just I think I agree with you. It's a huge red flag. You're not an asshole.
Yeah.
If they don't want to go certain places because it's like hard for them to get there or like whatever it is, I think it's like not your fault. It's like, I'm sorry, this place is good. I've been here many times. I know it's good, and I can drive there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like your answer. A more collaborative society.
It's really formed in the zipper. It just says so much about us that we do that. I also actually, if I could add on to it as well, whenever this is maybe such a Midwest thing, definitely a Midwest thing, we're too fucking nice, like too nice. Like now I go home and I'm like, all right, guys, we're too nice. Let's tone it down.
Let's bring it in. We're almost Canada.
Yeah. But whenever, you let somebody in front of you, I always look like, are they going to wave? Do any sort of wave? Sometimes people will do like, in the brief, they'll do like and I'm like, great, that's it. You acknowledged. And in the Midwest, people will roll down their window.
Hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need you to see that they appreciate what you've done for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, kind citizen. I like you on the road. That's great. Wow. I love a commutative culture. I'm guilty. I like a lot of the times I'm not like waving. I'm just like,
I've done it less, and I don't think it's like the way that everyone has to be. Like I said, like now I'm like, oh, okay. Like we don't need to be this nice all the time. It's almost a little inefficient.
out the moonroof.
Yeah, pro real.
LA.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, if you could have 5 liquids come out of each finger,
Yeah.
like, which liquids would you have?
Okay, I love this question.
This is from my friend Carson. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you, Car. Are we judging like which fingers I choose for which too?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I think
I am no one else's.
yeah. Okay, for me, I think thumb would definitely be water.
Okay, easy.
Where you're at. I don't have these other ones assigned. I guess maybe. Okay. I know that on here I would want beer, like an IPA.
Oh, an IPA. We'll go with a light boy personally, but
Like a light beer.
loves how we said it.
Yeah. I do. I don't know. I need to like not do so many IPAs. They're so filling and
Yeah.
they're not great.
I'm sorry.
I work out too much. And the IPAs just like definitely negate so much of what I do.
It's a high ABV.
I would say orange juice.
Okay.
I would say the child in me really wants to say chocolate milk.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna put chocolate milk on here just yet.
I'm gonna pause you really quick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of edible liquids on there. It could be any. It can literally be anything.
Oh my god.
Any liquid.
Okay, wait. Oh, okay, I was thinking just.
No.
I mean, I still wouldn't change my. Okay. Gasoline.
Hell yeah.
Fill up the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spit St. Maria Tazel lady. And he does that with like every.
Maybe like soapy water. You could do soap. Yeah, all right, soap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, soap would be great.
Yeah, if you have water on your...
That's right. Okay, so soap. I would definitely do soap.
Okay.
God, this changes everything.
This changes
everything. Water for sure. Soap for sure. Like bathing on the go. Water for sure. Soap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bathing on the go would be so nice. Like think about that. You could be running late somewhere and just like do a quick wash.
Yeah.
I still think I would do beer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would still do orange juice as well.
Okay.
I just really like orange juice.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
Vitamin C. Get into it.
Yeah. Maybe like a protein shake?
Protein shake?
No, okay. Wait, did I say gasoline? No, take back protein shake. I want to do gasoline.
You have water, so orange juice, gasoline,
And beer.
Simple. Effective.
Cool. What are some that you've heard? What are some other liquids that people have said?
So I've heard liquid gold. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't.
I don't care about money. I really want to be gold from that night. No.
Hell yeah, brother. I definitely heard like all the ones that you're saying are like relatively normal, relatively safe. Like gasoline's definitely up there. It's like some kind of like detergent of sorts. Nothing too crazy, honestly. There was somebody that like said something that agreed us that our friend Carson told us like, no, are you toothpaste or something? And I was like, what? You can literally have anything.
Yeah. And that's just like so, I don't know. I mean, you do it, yeah, every day, hopefully twice a day. Well, I don't always do twice a days. And they just want to go to bed.
Cheers. But I was whiter teeth than anybody. Oh yeah, I honestly don't feel like I ever close.
Although I do Crest 3D toothpaste.
Okay. Oh, this is toothpaste?
Yeah, I've done the strips in the past. I might do that for summer.
Okay. What I've seen is if you're using a whitening toothpaste, if you do it multiple times a day, like it works better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to just do it. I think I just get lazy sometimes.
Bro, you should definitely at least switch. Like brushing your teeth at night is better than brushing your teeth in the morning.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So yeah, at least switch. Not doing it at night because I'm like, well, I already did it. Make it up. I get it. I'm like, yeah, like I just like finished an episode of whatever I'm binging, and then I'm like, I just want to jump into bed and not do anything. And literally, I just want to go to bed. But no, I'm gonna. I think maybe that's like one of my 2025 goals. Yeah.
I like that for you.
Just really, really try to hit that twice a day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Any other goals this year?
Yes, but if I pass this groundlings class, I would either like to take the next level or do a stand-up class.
Okay.
Develop a set, like a 5-minute. I feel like that would be like a fun like muscle to work. And have some bookings.
Hell yeah. I like it. I will come see your show.
Yeah, you should. Every third Friday of the month, 9:30 p.m. at the Clubhouse in Hollywood. It's off Vermont and Hollywood. It's in this like little mall strip type area, like right next to a John's.
Cool.
Grocery store.
John's grocery store.
Yeah. And then I post the story like with our little advert right before the show, and there's like a door code.
Yeah, on the well, thanks for coming out and answering my questions and letting me learn a little more about you. Thank you, brother. This is great.
Easy. Dude, I love that. That's so fun.
Yeah, it is fun.